said we'd have to merge to live, put our courage to the test. Footscray boys never say die, and we're gonna stay in the West. Keep your faith in the Bulldogs, stay with the Scrays, do your best. Red and white, and we're true blue, and we're gonna stay in the West. Sons of the Scray, red, white and blue, we'll come out snarling, Bulldogs through and through. Bulldogs bite and Bulldogs fight, remember 89, 'cause you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed who saved old Footscray's name. Bulldogs bite and Bulldogs fight, we're tougher than the rest. The club from the Western Oval, and we're gonna stay in the West. Here's to all the sons of the Scray, our supporters are the best. We refuse to surrender, and we're gonna stay in the West. Sons of the Scray, red, white and blue, we'll come out snarling, Bulldogs through and through. Bulldogs bite and Bulldogs fight, remember 89, 'cause you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed who saved old Footscray's name. Sons of the Scray, sons of the red, white and blue, we'll come out snarling, Bulldogs through and through. Bulldogs bite and Bulldogs fight, remember 89, 'cause you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed who saved old Footscray's name. No, you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed who saved old Footscray's name.
Sons of the Scrays, doesn't that sort of fill the heart and get it beating and make you feel good about what a great year we had in 1992? Hi, I'm Kevin Hilliard. Sorry I can't be with you tonight, but I've sort of taken off on my end of season trip a little earlier. We'll take you inside the rooms a little later on, show you just exactly where it happens and where the boys get that spirit that we saw right throughout this year. It's a pretty exciting year. We're going to have a look at some of the highlights of that and pay tribute to some of the guys who really did put their bodies on the line this year. So first up though, let's go to round number one. I'm sure we're all impressed by the draw when the AFL gave us Adelaide in front of 40,000 very ugly South Australians. Let's see what we did to them.
Charles, long and low. Ballantyne was the flyer at the back, couldn't take it. Hawkins to Liberatore. He could be the first score of the match as Libber's kick bounces in towards goal, and there's the first one on the board to the Dogs. Liberatore.
Lee's under pressure, well shepherded by young Hart, and the Crows get clear. The ball out towards centre wing. Klug, he's got three players to beat. Callan it is for Footscray, kicks in towards full forward. It goes through the player. Now, a chance for Footscray through Hawkins. Can he kick his second? He can. Well done, Doug Hawkins. Well, good luck to him. He's got a goal on the scoreboard. The kick-in comes to this near side. Good punch by Wine. Liberatore shrugs the tackle. Can he kick his second? Oh, yes he can. Tony Liberatore, the Brownlow medalist. Second goal to Liberatore. Right half forward for Footscray. Chance now for Grant. Oh, talented man for a 6'4". Collinuk. Shot for goal is another Footscray goal. Steve Collinuk.
From the bounce, McPherson again, on the left foot, high. Maynard is there, he's at the bottom of the pack now. Still got it. Can't get it clear. Liberatore goes in to try and get it. Now Baxter, and it's Baxter who gets it out nicely towards Grant. Chris Grant is on the 50-metre line. He needs someone to support him. The hand pass is partly smothered by Tasker. Grant may get another opportunity. Gets it across nicely. And now the Dogs through Kolyanuk in towards full forward. And there's one to Ballantyne, his first. And he's put it out of the park. Charles couldn't take it. Wiedemann having a run in this third quarter once again. Goes down to the forward line. Oh, an opportunity for Kolyanuk. He slipped, but he still managed to get it to Atkins, who shoots in towards goal and pops through a very important one for the Dogs. He's going to be kicking from almost 50 metres. Let's see what he can do. He's a right footer.
It's a good
lovely looking kick into goal. I think that's a goal. John Ballantyne gets his second. That is a beauty. Hodges in the pack. Couldn't take it. Shannon Corcoran just waits down and glides away. Goes to centre wing. Coleman up against Marshall. Well, a clever tap back by Glenn Coleman. Off to Corcoran, and he stabs it beautifully. They're playing very good football at the moment. And this is Justin Charles. That kick is not so good, but it may give Atkins the opportunity. He's on his own. He'll have to kick with the left foot. And he does it beautifully.
Clever.
He does it beautifully. There's another one of the Dogs.
Yes, you have to take your hat off to guys like that work so hard on the other parts of their game. Footscray go into attack once again. But young Hart knocked it away. Nearly running onto it was Colin-Uke. Wiedemann slung off the ball.
He will this time.
Now Colin-Uke, left foot shot, pops it around and kicks another goal for Footscray. Colin-Uke gets his second goal and Footscray go marching on. That certainly will be the end for Adelaide.
Well, winners are workers, and certainly the boys worked pretty hard that day to pull off that 27-point victory against Adelaide over in front of all those very delightful South Australian supporters. In round 7, we moved on and took on Hawthorne, the reigning premiers. Always to a lot of people the benchmark of how good the side's going during the year. So, through this door the boys went and had a crack at the reigning premiers.
Ex-Geelong and Sydney Swan Star kicks the ball to mid-wing Doug Hawkins' stand. And Barry Stanfield, an underrated player, takes a good mark overhead. He goes back and kicking along with a pretty strong wind. Bernie Quinlan and Ted Whitten, both legends at Footscray, agree that this is a 5 or 6 goal wind. Chris Grant gets the handball. Now it's long. It's Delray, one out in the square, and it's bouncing. It's bouncing. That's a great goal from Grant.
Yeah, Atkins, the player that actually kicked that, Jared.
Yes, it was a good handball back from Grant, but it was Atkins with the long kick.
He's kicked it from 10 metres inside the centre square, and that's an indication of how strong the breeze is here at the Western Oval. Straight down the ground, as we said, 5 or 6 goal advantage. The Windsock standing straight out today.
Wallace versus Hall, followed the ball down. Wallace doing well. Taps the ball out to dancing Doug Hawkins. Hawkins puts Grant into space, and Grant shoots from 30 metres. That's a goal.
And a very good goal to Chris Grant.
Footscray have the numbers here. Wine gets in to take it off Condon. Well played, Delray. He comes out wide. Royal at full tilt.
He took that well, Choco, didn't he? He looked to be out of the contest here for a moment.
Looking for the Bulldogs' first goal of this quarter. Aims it left. It comes back. Oh, what a kick!
The 1990 Brownlow medalist kicks the ball wide, looking for Royal once again. It's been an inspired move from Terry Wheeler to bring this player on.
He was off too there, a bit lucky to get away with it.
Just slipped. He's found Callett, who runs in to shoot for goal. Could it be set? Footscray second in 2 minutes. It's another great shot at goal. So a 5-point lead now to Hawthorne. And Footscray take the ball out of the centre with the long bomb forward. Over the back was Delroy. Shark by Royal, who ships around the corner for an excellent goal. Ryan Royal puts Footscray into the lead. This time it's Grant, who's been one of the sparks of Footscray this afternoon. Gives it to Wallace. Wallace goes long. Delray, there's no free kick being paid, so he will take the mark. And the Hawthorne players incensed that that wasn't a push out. So he's got the wind at his back, Danny Delray. Kicks a goal, and it's straight through the centre for his second. And isn't he happy? Coleman coming into the game now. Gets the ball to Callett. Callett kicks it long to Royal. And Royal, who was brought on in an inspirational move by Terry Wheeler, aims to kick Footscray's 8th goal. He starts at left and brings it back magnificently with the wind. A great goal for Brian Royal.
It's tough in there to get a kick. If it's tough, Libba likes it. Atkins, but Allen for Hawthorne. Hasn't got out of the centre square yet, but here's a free kick. Footscray's way to Hunter. Unmarked is Baxter. Plenty of players haven't seen too much of their opponent today. Baxter up inside half forward. Delray, almost a one-hander.
Oh, that could be a free against Langford. He was over the boundary line, but sometimes the umpire does pay that free kick if a player cannons into the opposition player's back.
Another chance for the Bulldogs to throw in inside 50 metres. Coleman wins it. Delray behind. Grant takes it. Goal coming up. Well, they're starting to get the value now they didn't get in the first quarter.
The ball at the back of the pack now. Hunter went the man, but it pays off. Ball comes to Wallace. Wallace goes forward. He's looking for Baxter. Really is starting to have a good quarter. Baxter kicks it long. It's Delray again, who appears to be too strong for Langford in those one-on-one battles. And having a look at those arms on Langford, it's hard to imagine anybody being too strong. Well, the boy from Williamstown will be lining up for his third goal. And the arms say it all.
Coleman palms down, but only as far as Platten. Lawrence lumbers after it. Wine tries to take him out. Wine gets the ball. Well played, Scotty Wine. Gained about 20 metres as well. They have a bit of a box on the two young ruckmen. And Tui comes in to sort that one out.
Yes, Wine well on top in that duel in this third quarter too. And I think a bit of blood pouring, with the blood pouring out of Steve Lawrence's eye.
As he copped Wine's boot.
Atkins, the pass is good for Delray. And Danny Delray is carving up Langford in this quarter.
I think the move's already been made there. I think McGuinness may be now back on Delray.
And Delray lining up for his fourth goal, third for this quarter. Oh, do you like the Bulldogs now? The margin is 33 points.
Well, here we are in the coach's room where the guys go after each game, win, lose or draw. The good news is after that Hawthorne game there was a lot of singing of the theme song in here and not too much yelling and screaming. Then went on and played Fitzroy the next week down at Princes Park. Fitzroy had come off a pretty exciting win, a last kick win by Paul Roos against Collingwood. So their confidence was pretty high, so was ours after the Hawthorne game. And here's what happened, a third quarter blitz from the Bulldogs.
Paul Roos has been alternating between the back line, playing on the back line, but racing through that centre corridor to the forward line at every opportunity now. Broderick, he ran too close to Wallace. Wallace into an open goal and slams it through. Bad play, Paul Broderick. Well, what a start to Footscray. No mark to Stevens. Races after again, Brett Stevens. Off he goes, finds a space and brings it in towards the half-forward line. It's all Footscray. Baxter, in my opinion, best man on the ground, has marked that half-back. Great game against Hawthorne last week, continuing his fine form. Hawkins with skill. Stanfield's had a top game on Lynch. Barry Stanfield, the boy from Fish Creek, in towards full forward. Delray couldn't take it. Chris Grant, in the meantime, there's a free kick to Delray for holding against Caven. Chris, we'll have a look at it on replay.
Watch it here again. Good body work. You see the jumper being pulled by the right hand of Caven on the left shoulder of Delray.
Delray from directly in front for his third, stabs and goals. So Denny Delray has kicked three. Dundas, his man was under pressure, so that wasn't good play. Atkins receives from Wine, two top players for Footscray. Denny Delray, Lynch over the back, danger here. Hawkins brilliantly. Glenn Coleman on the right foot, hooks it around the corner, the big centre half forward for a goal.
It's his first.
Well, what a goal to Glenn Coleman.
Out to Hawkins, if he can get a handle on the ball, he can. He's brought down on the tackle, off the ground from Coleman. Liberatore's there, and picked up by Baxter, ultimately. Delray in front, Lynch behind. Ball hits the deck, Royal, Hawkins, into the goal square, Grant goal. No mergers here, anything but as things become a little bit heated. There's a bit of carry on from Doug Hawkins on Morris. I think it was after a handball had gone over the top of Grant. That was Chris Grant's second goal.
It was great team play though, Pete, wasn't it?
It was lightning hand pass from Hawkins, and Chris Grant capped it off.
Glenn Coleman still getting around him, brings it up in front of goal. Delray at the back, can't take the mark. Hawkins is there. Now it's Royal, and pushed in the back, free kick. And he kicks a goal anyway, but I think he'll have to come back and kick over the mark. But it looks a certain goal coming up the Footscray. They're too good, Ross. Well, Brian Royal has kicked 2. He's missed a couple. But he should not miss this. There's 3 men on the mark as he comes in and belts it through for a goal.
3 goals, 2 he's got now. Campbell to Hawkins. We believe may have had his number taken after an exchange in the goal square at the other end. Back to Campbell. Marking contest at half forward into the arms of Atkins. Working midfield. Or Delray was held there. Could have been a free kick. Delray off the ground. Has got the goal. Didn't make any difference. Danny Delray gets his 4th.
And they're just playing inspired football. Strong tackling. Here's Baxter. Lost it. Lyon. Abbott went without it. Knocked on cleverly by Atkins to Liberatore. Grant from 40 metres. It's another goal. Tremendous team play by Footscray. 3 goals to Chris Grant.
Wine will do the tidying up work. Over to Steve Wallace. Over to Atkins at midfield. They've combined well all afternoon. And speaking of combining, Delray on a lead marks on 50.
The setup was terrific. And again, Scott Wine, just his skill to trap that ball as he did. Very good. And of course, Atkins just works so well with him. And the ball finishes up with Delray, another shot at goal.
Gee, that's there. 5-3 he's got now.
As Big Wine tried to hook it out. And there's the kick. Liberatore, a quick kick down to Royal, was pushed in the back. No kick. Delray working hard against Stevens. It's tapped back. Atkins again. Ridden into the ground. Free kick. Poor tackle by Alistair Lynch. And the champion, Footscray Centreman, will have yet another kick from 35 metres. Does he sneak it in? I think he has. Yes, a goal.
Tui. There's loose men everywhere for Footscray. Wallace, he's played a good game too. Looks very, very fit. The former captain as Gale stands the mark. Kicks to midfield. Gee, Abbott got one in the back. Grant farms the hand pass out. Liberatore onto Super. McPherson can go all the way here. 35 metres out and he's got another one. A 10-goal quarter for Footscray.
They have kicked 5 goals in the last 6 minutes, Footscray. Well, they're playing that sort of football at the moment with enormous confidence. And there's Tui. He would love this, playing with this side that are doing so well. There's Coleman. Coleman and Tui, 2 former Sydney Swans teammates, of course. Hand pass. Back to Wallace. Can they kick another one? The chip passes on. I think they're going to, because Chris Grant's got it 50 metres from goal. And he's got, well, it'll be a set shot, of course. The time clock showing 30 seconds of play left.
3 goals straight he's kicked.
Hasn't been dominant, but on that forward line with the ball coming down every 10 seconds, well, you've got to get a few kicks. Grant, a high floating drop punt. That's his 4th.
11 for the quarter.
Now that's what you call a premiership quarter. 11 goals, great effort, and Axe was on fire in the middle. When we came to the big game against St Kilda down at Moorabbin, not everyone's favourite spot. Certainly it's been a pretty good hunting ground for the Bulldogs over the last couple of years, with a couple of very close games between the 2 sides. But on the Thursday night, Terry and the selection committee certainly must have had a nightmare. 6 injuries, 6 players had to be brought into the side. But young Frosty, Crofty and a few of the others certainly showed what they were made of and showed the depth that the Footscray Football Club has in the 90s.
A long kick into the Footscray forward line. Footscray looking good early with Royal. A quick kick, but the free kick has been brought back.
He's a bit wild with that kick anyway, Brian Royal. He had plenty of time there and...
Well, Tony Liberatore will shoot for goal from 40 metres out. And I think this distance would be beyond him, considering the strength of the wind. No score on the board as yet. The Brownlow medalist kicks the ball long. He set it up. It looks pretty good off the boot. Was it touched? I think it's a goal. They're an innovation, the gloves. I guess on a day like today, they're terrific because it's so cold. At the back is Vidovic. Takes it two, grabs but not paid. Stanfield once again, onto Atkins. A sloppy kick from Atkins, but gains distance. Collingwood onto the ground. Taken by Burke. Coleman. Had a number of possessions, Coleman. And Frost. Atkins again, chalking up possessions.
Oh,
terrific mark from Baxter, running with the flight of the play. Flight of the ball, I should say. And from 45 metres out, he'd be right on his kicking limit. I think he'd be waiting for a lead from Del Rey. And here it comes, a short choke. And a terrific mark from Ballantyne, who cuts across Del Rey's lead and snips in. So possibly a shot at goal here, Don, from only 25 metres out. You'd back him from here.
Good to see Darren Baxter got the other side of his game together, which is the offensive side. Started as a very negative player.
Ballantyne from 25 metres. It's bending left, but it's through the middle for a goal.
It's against Lockett, a push in the back to Campbell.
Okay, in the back pocket. So Campbell and Lockett. Lockett with 2 goals has done his job so far. Obviously not 100%. Coleman with a big fly. Morris's kick didn't go anywhere. Harvey was able to crash through and get a very effective handball to Bingham. Slow handball to Hilton. Tui was able to sweat him off. Here's McPherson. Now they should set something up here. Footscray. Coleman, he's got Atkins outside of him. Saw him in the long run. Very poor kick, but it should sit for Atkins. He should go over the top to Collingwood. Collingwood's got a paddock in front of him if it sits. He's got to take Morris on. Goes very short. Royal, Shanahan. Royal pushed in the back, free kick.
Interesting match, that one, isn't it? Royal and Shanahan. You can see there the difference in size.
It's a mismatch, Don, isn't it?
Well, you'd have to say it, a mismatch on height-wise, but Shanahan's doing very well, just the same.
So Royal, a short one to Del Rey on a lead. Well played. There was a space. Del Rey fielded in the end. And Royal able to kick it to him accurately.
Hole again. Vidovic back near the centre square. Maybe he's under instructions not to go down deep into the forward line, but boy, does it help out the defenders if you can. Because there, you can see, leading with confidence, Del Rey into the hole.
He's kicked 43 goals in 12 matches this season. Twice he's kicked 7 goals in a game and once 6. Drop punt, kicks it very well for a goal. His first, and gee, that's an important kick. Drop punt, centre half forward the target. Bingham and Stanfield, McPherson. Atkins, well played. Crediuk on the run, goes for Del Rey on the lead. Pushed away by Frawley, free kick Del Rey.
Well, too high, the umpire indicating, but boy, he wants to have a look at some of these holding infringements. Frawley was holding Del Rey earlier. Here's the free kick. You see there, just too high. Valiant attempt by Frawley. Del Rey leading out well.
Well, he kicks from about 40 metres. Drop punt. Gives it a bit of a hook, but I think it's a goal. It is. 2 to Del Rey. An important goal for Footscray. They're back to 4-2 to 5-7 to stay in touch.
It was all St Kilda at ground level. Round Footscray go into attack now. Good play by Royal. Disposes of his man Shanahan and sets himself up for a shot at goal. It looks pretty good off the boot. It is. 2 goals in a minute to Footscray. They fight back 5-7 to 5-2.
Here's Winmar to bang it back in for the Saints.
Best on the ground at the moment, Winmar along with Harvey. Punch back from Hotwine. Doesn't give Footscray any advantage. That does, however, as he gets it to Atkins. Atkins on to Baxter. Baxter left foot. Morris at the back. Oh, should have taken that. Gives it to his man in Coleman, who makes him pay with a goal. Just short of time on in the second quarter. Fletcher has the ball punched away by Collingwood. Atkins does it well. Gets the ball. Well, he looked for Baxter, but Liberatore chips in. He's dragged off the ball by Craven. And the little champion will take the ball 55 metres out from goal. Footscray should set something up here. There's plenty of loose men for St Kilda dropping into the hole. Del Rey taken over the shoulder and should get the free kick. Poor play there from Frawley as Kickett comes off the ground to be replaced by Brett Bowie.
You see there, holding on by Frawley. Had him with a up left arm.
Danny Del Rey from Williamstown, played in the VFA. He's been a terrific player up forward for Footscray this year. Footscray need this goal. A poor kick. It had been back at the last minute. It's got through. But out comes Del Rey. He's tackled by Frawley from behind. No free kick from the umpire. Royal over the back, gives it to Coleman, who just waltzes across the line with a goal. His second, and Footscray's first for the second half.
Well played, Bernard, to Atkins. Atkins short, neat, precise. Finds Coleman. Can Footscray set something up? Coleman, slow motion for the moment. The kick to Del Rey on the lead. With him is Frawley. Or Del Rey not paid. It was a very good attempt. Pekin tries to get it away. Frawley caught. Gets a quick handball to the space. Wine lumbering out after it. Atkins provides the shepherd. Wine gives it to Atkins. They're unable to get away from it. Shanahan caught. It's tough and hard. High tackle on Wine. Free kick. They battled hard, the doggy boys, and they're going to get it. To Atkins. Atkins now towards Frost it is. Unable to take it. Will Mansfield kick a goal? Drop punt. Royal sits underneath it. Waits for it. Still underneath it, and will get a free kick.
There's a Footscray player down behind play, Bruce. There he is. Credihook.
He's kicked 2 today, 33 for the season. Drop punt, kicks the goal. 3 for Royal.
Pretty poor kicking now for St Kilda as Campbell drives Footscray back into attack.
Again the target, Wine. Coughlin read it well. The Saints have done well off that play. Now Atkins. No free kick there to Craven off the ball. Mark taken by Credihook. Inside, handball wasn't 100%. Liberatore goes over to Stanfield. The kick to centre half forward. McAdam nearly a screamer, unable to. Caught, still caught. Mansfield tried to shuffle a handball through, gets a free kick over the shoulder.
Well, he's trying to get that through to Royal. Lucky to get that free kick.
3 points the margin. Del Rey the pass. Takes a good mark. That's a terrific mark. Grant really putting the pressure on.
There's Grant playing on Del Rey now because Frawley is picking up Ballantyne. Maybe they've made a change. St Kilda.
This to put Footscray in front. Del Rey lines it up. Drop punt. Brings it back pretty well as a goal. The Dogs are in front at Moorabbin.
Players lying on the ball should be penalised. Wine hits the ball to Atkins towards the boundary line. A quick handball over, finds Collingwood, and away he goes. That's his second bounce. Comes onto his right foot, a poor kick off the boot. Leading the way is Shanahan, who bursts through the pack and kicks St Kilda into attack with a scrubbing left foot.
Oh, great mark, Lippers. Terrific mark. In the centre. He's been important today, Liberatore. Left foot gets some distance. Ballantyne the target, but Morris comes across to take the mark. Wasn't a very good kick by Liberatore. Morris's high ball. Vidovic in the front. Wind at the back. Helping out was Tui. Reynolds round the body. Didn't look. Will Frost get a good bounce? Makes something of it. Quickly Credihook. A high one. Del Rey versus Grant. Body to body. It's Del Rey to kick his fifth. Go, boy, and through. 5 for Danny. And the Doggies have slipped away at 11-5 to 8-14.
Vidovic taps it on, but goes to Credihook, who's had 2 kicks now in this last term. Burke pinches the ball, gives it out to Bowie. Bowie runs into Mansfield. Mansfield with 2 jumpers on goes wide and looks for Del Rey. He's been Footscray's sensational goal kicker this quarter. Excellent left foot kick. Hits Ballantyne right on the chest. He was a little bit unbalanced, showed great skill there in Del Rey, and shouldn't have any problems with the distance from 50 metres out. Right on the 50-metre line, Ballantyne. The Dogs are barking. A great goal to Ballantyne.
He's offers him some aggression on that half-forward line, Frost, but he just hasn't got the skill to finish his work off.
No, you wouldn't want Frost and Dunkley in a long kicking competition, would you, at the showgrounds on a Sunday afternoon?
Coleman and Morris. Been a good battle today. Collingwood, Ballantyne. Nobody prepared to put their head over the ball, but Royal will. He doesn't mind a goal. Round the corner. It's a great goal to Royal, and the Dogs are in front.
What a goal from Brian Royal.
The Saints with some run here. Bowie goes towards Winmar. Reynolds gets in the front, gets a shove in the back, doesn't get a free kick. McPherson tried to crash his way through. Wine did it very well, the big man. Around his body, Krediuk on the front spot takes the mark.
It's like two heavyweights slugging it out in the 15th round as Smith tries Footscray back into attack. Shanahan affects the spoil
Well
on
done.
Valentine. Royal gets it out cleverly onto Croft, and Croft goes to the left foot. It's an important kick. The Dogs are back in front.
What a game we've got here in the last quarter.
Coleman again. Bowie. Grant's handball goes to Coleman. Danny Del Rey, can he kick another one?
Well, he's blotted his copybook. Out of bounce on the full. He's kicked 4 straight, or 5 straight. 5 straight it is. Terrific conversion rate from Del Rey, and has been a good player at full forward.
He had Royal short too, if he was able to just pop it over to him. Morris has kicked to centre half back. Stanfield pushed out of it by Bingham. Well read Bowie. He's had an important last quarter. Lockett right up the ground. McPherson, oh gee, they just paved the way for him. And through went Stephen with a long kick to centre half forward. Oh, at the back, missed by Pekin. Here's a chance. Royal, Koliniuk, important kick. Left foot, go, goal. It could be enough.
I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed that win. What a gutsy effort from the boys. And besides that, I hate St Kilda. I'm glad they're not at Moorabbin anymore. I'll have to put up with them at Waverley next year, but 3 out of 3 against St Kilda will be right. The day the West Coast Eagles came to play us here at the Western Oval, we certainly turned it on for Mick Malthouse and the boys. It was a real homecoming for Mick. The rain was pelting down, the wind was blowing. Doug Hawkins was playing the same end of the ground all day. We needed to show Mick exactly what the Footscray spirit was, exactly what we were made of here at the Western Oval.
Back to centre half forward. It was through Grant's fingers. It was a very difficult one. Main wearing. Royal off the ground. That's not a bad kick for a goal. Oh, what about that one? Oh. Maradona, eat your heart out. Just 29 years of age and over 240 games. Third league club, centre half forward. Oh, Coleman, a beauty.
Well, I tell you what, those gloves, a lot of people make very snide remarks about players that wear gloves, but it's a very good tactic, I'd say, today. A cold day at the Western Oval, he's taken 2 terrific marks. The first one, I don't think you'll see a better mark all day, the one he took out in front of his face.
Well, an important kick. He's got the breeze behind him. Drop punt. Gee, that looks good as a goal. And after a slow start, you'd say Footscray were right on the button now at 2-1 to no score.
Liberatore, Reynolds, hurried kick towards half forward. They've switched wings, the West Coast Eagles. Matera has come across on Kellett now. Testimony to the form of Wallace as Atkins gives it to Baxter, who kicks inside the 50. Here he is again, Coleman. Kicks into Hepburn. It ricochets across towards Pike. It was pushed in the back, I thought, by McPherson, who in turn was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free. Oh, Eagles fans won't like that. The second one was there, but perhaps the first one was too.
Yes, well, perhaps, Dennis. Just have a look at this in replay. There's the first one. He did brush against him. Not a severe push in the back. I don't think that was too severe either.
At 40 metres out, drop punt, nice looking kick, goal. An important one. Now Coleman goes against Hepburn. What an important play. White gets a quick kick away. Back to half back. Kellett, was he being held on to? Plays it cleverly. He's won 3 important balls in this term. Bangs it back to full forward. Coleman was there. Del Rey. Royal went to ground. McPherson. Oh, well played though, Lamb. A free kick against Lamb to McPherson.
Yes, high on McPherson.
Gee, I know it probably. I'd like to see a replay because he certainly went for the footy, I reckon.
There's no doubt about that, but the intent doesn't matter, Bruce, does it? Look at Steve McPherson. There's the knock away, and it's taken pretty high, although you don't think it was all that serious.
My instinct was play on, but let's see if McPherson can kick a very, very important goal, and he has.
Oh.
Well, in the context of the game, it's got to be worth 3, that one. Chris Waterman. Reasonable distance in the circumstances. Wine gets a free kick. Well, this can really make you pay. Now Wine will give it off to Mansfield, who can go for goal with a high drop punt. It's right there. Grant, Delray, is that a goal? It is! Mansfield gets his first.
Jakovic comes away. Here's a chance now. Waterman with some space. Needs to run on. Campbell's in front. Lewis from behind. Campbell too good. Campbell drives it towards the outer side. Heady needs to punch it forward. He tried to. Wallace has got the run of it. McPherson was held without it. He'll get the free kick. So McPherson just forward of the wing. Again, the Eagles having a half chance. Nothing good coming of it. Delray, good mark now. He's a thumping kick. He could go close from here. Goes in short instead. Atkins is marked. He's only 35 metres out from goal directly in front. Well, the game turned around quickly. The Eagles were attacking suddenly. They were called upon to defend and they couldn't get back in time.
It was a thumping kick out of defence by Tony Campbell.
He's a fine player. I'd back him. He's kicked it. Footscray. Too good.
You get a feeling they might be able to conjure something here, Footscray, and sneak a goal.
Coleman tried to take clean possession. McPherson straight to centre half forward. Foot race now. Kellett soccers it to his own advantage. Or Delray's. Delray picks it up. He's 40 metres from goal. Corcoran is down there. Nobody touched it. It's a goal. The second of the afternoon at that end.
In the words of that immortal Footscray legend, Teddy Whitten, we stuck it up, didn't we? And I'm sure the Western Australian boys had just a fabulous flight home with Mick on the plane. 4.5 hours, even with the tailwind, would have seemed like a lifetime. And I'm sure Mick was cracking a few jokes and generally having a good time and telling everyone what a great side Footscray was. A lot of other things have changed here at the Western Oval, apart from us winning on the ground in the last few years. Since 1989 in the fight back, there's been certainly a big upgrading on the facilities here. You'll see the membership seats along here, and behind me the President's Room where the lunches are held every Saturday. Also, of course, we're the first to get the Tabaret Pokey machines, and that's certainly been a great little money spinner and a great little social gathering point for people in the western suburbs. Also have to pay tribute to Steve McPherson and the crew who put together the Care for Kids program. They've done a great job going into schools all around the western suburbs, a program that's been taken on by quite a number of other organisations in the last couple of years. And of course there's been a lot of other changes here at Footscray. We're winning back on the field again, that's the good news. But we had a semi-final to win against St Kilda. We'd beaten them twice during the year. The knockers were out, they were ready to stick the boots in after our 61-point loss to Geelong the week before. Could we come back? Let's see what happened.
Coleman at centre half forward. So Coleman to put Footscray deep into attack. Hawkins at the back. Still with Hawkins. Now Delray, who's been in spectacular form, to Grant. Early goal to Footscray. What a start. It's going to be a day of tactical battles today. Tui.
Good play.
Strong for Kickett on that occasion. Drop punt back to centre half forward. Delray stands his ground. Grant taps it forward. Grant, that's David Grant. So the two Grants playing on one another. Here's Mick Dwyer.
Mick Dwyer, very clever player, not blessed with a lot of pace, a lot of skill. Low. Tapped it back cleverly to Fletcher. Fletcher lying over the ball, taps it on. Good umpiring to let it go. Well done, Mick Dwyer on the low. Now Fletcher. Tackled by Mansfield was excellent. Coming away with the ball is Stephen Credill. Good play by the half-back. Credill to half forward, and there's an excellent mark. Grant's on fire. Chris Grant. Hand pass to McPherson, an open goal looms. Steve McPherson drops it right through the middle.
It's a tough day for footy, no question about that. Centre half forward, Hawkins, now Chris Grant, looking for options. Goes very short. Delray, Shanahan, Delray well played, brilliantly played. McPherson. Delray can kick this, round the body, goes for it, and has put it through. A splendid goal.
Danny Delray, one of the most improved players in the competition, gave the initial tap out, then went and kicked the goal himself after good work by Steve McPherson. Excellent play it was. Vidovic versus Wine. Kicked away for Footscray by Shannon Corker into the half-forward line. Chris Grant looking very dangerous. Breaks the tackle, Chris Grant. Onto the left foot. It rolls. It bounces. It's a great goal.
get the feeling, Tim, there's Coleman and also Winmar, that scores are about level. Footscray being 3 goals in front at this stage.
Yes, I think that gives you a true indication of the breeze. And I just wonder how long St Kilda can leave Bowie off the ground. They've got Winmar playing a negative role on Liberatore and Harvey being shut down at the moment
Hawkins,
by Steve Wallace.
This could be a goal by Hawkins. It is. Dougie has kicked the beauty. McAdam marks at centre-half back.
That pressure applied by the Footscray forwards on the St Kilda backs was magnificent.
Robert Harvey there, not getting much out of him. Oh, he's kicked straight to Coleman. Bad play by Harvey. Look at this, loose men everywhere. Steve Wallace in towards Grant. Grant plays on. He races into goal, Chris Grant. And Chris Grant, I think he's kicked it. Yes.
A goal here would be an enormous boost to Footscray. Coleman and Vidovic, body on body. Left foot by Colin, it's a chance. Goal. Well, what a play it was. And Colin gets a goal out of not much. High tackle. Free kick going to Mansfield at centre wing. You almost feel St Kilda's playing into Footscray's hands here. Now he takes on Daniels and gets around him a bit too easily in the end, and then thumps the ball to full forward. Del Rey unable to hold what would have been a tough one. Shanahan off the ground. McPherson well played. Here's a chance. Handball to Grant. Goal number 4. Well, it's too early to say shut the gate, but it's a big, big break now.
The time clock, a minute to go till half-time. Magnificent performance this by Footscray, committed performance. It hits the deck. Oh, McPherson to Liberatore. Liberatore, the little rover, sprints into goal, and he's put it through another one. Footscray on fire.
Chris Grant, who's kicked 4 goals to date, didn't give the handball off, thought he should have. Now goes to Atkins. Still Atkins, keeps his balance, goes for goal and kicks it. What a start! Oh, well, if that wouldn't break the back, I don't know what will. Footscray rip it off St Kilda. Kellett's left-hand handball. Tried a half-volley McPherson. Coleman clever. Off the ground, gains 40 metres. Attacking at Greg. Only as far as Chris Grant. Sidesteps once. Chips it beautifully to Hawkins. Here's a goal. Handball over the top. Del Rey through. Easy as you like. 11-5-5-3. And it all started in the centre square when Footscray turned it over. Well, he's missed a couple today, Dougie. He's normally so good. Drop punt. It's a good-looking kick coming back strongly. It's a goal. That's a captain's goal. Dougie kicks his second. And, Tim, every time the Saints raise the hopes of their supporters, Footscray has the answer.
Mopping up, though, is Stephen Wallace.
He's done that very well today. Tui sweeps it out wide to Corcoran, has McPherson wide, goes out that way. McPherson in front of Peake and Clever. He's had some nice touches today, McPherson.
He's been good.
Centering kick. Del Rey the target, outnumbered. Morris goes for it. Atkins read it beautifully. Sets it up. Wallace goes for goal in the square. Hawkins at the back, waits and kicks his third. Dougie, it's all too easy. Look at that. The most famous of the Bulldogs has a big smile, and that might be it.
Atkins starting to come into the game. Hawkins. Oh, over the back, Dougie Hawkins breaks for the ball. Here's another one coming up. Hawkins. Oh, great play by Hawkins. Unselfish as he kicks it to Danny Del Rey.
Yes, well, there are holes everywhere in that St Kilda defence as Footscray moved the ball forward.
Danny Del Rey from directly in front will kick for his third, and he's gone. Wine, geez, made a difference to this side. Just the fact he's there competing and with his height. Keenan Reynolds done a magnificent job on low, and 50 metres. 50-metre penalty on Bernard Tui will take him to 40 to 35 metres from goal, directly in front. What do you think of that one, Tim?
Well,
let's have a look.
what I would like to say is that St Kilda
He thought he was going to play on. You could see that, couldn't you?
St Kilda are a real chance to develop into a rabble in this situation.
He's kicked goals before, and I think he's kicked this one. Yes. So Bernard Toohey from the half-back line kicks his first. They just got to move it. The forward at all cost, a bad hand pass allows Steve McPherson in. Oh, he didn't have the ball. Free kick to McPherson. Poor tackle by Daniels. And he can chip it to Wallace if he kicks it now. Wallace in the hole, and he's found him. Poor checking by the Saints. It's not their day. Steve Wallace in his 200th game. He's been a terrific player for Footscray. Came up through the under-19s. There's the kick from Wallace. Not a bad looking kick. I think it's a goal. Yes. They are Liberatore to the half-forward line. Oh, Grant versus Shanahan. Shanahan battled hard. Oh, he's almost caught to the ball, McAdam. McPherson loses it. Pekin, he loses it in the tackle. Socket off the ground. Corcoran. Well done by Corcoran. On to McPherson. Oh, good kick. Delray, no mark, but here's a goal. Kick by Grant. Off goes the racehorse Kellett. Kellett on the left foot looking for McPherson. Well played, Steve McPherson. Great use of the body. McPherson up towards Atkins and Delray. Who'll it sit for? It'll sit for Delray. He can tap it on. Here's Atkins. An open goal coming up here. Simon Atkins sprints in and puts it through.
Pekin at the top off Frost. Well done for a goal. Gary Ablett.
Well, that set us up. 3 out of 3 against St Kilda for the year. Plugger and the boys just weren't good enough, were they? So we took on Geelong in the preliminary final, but unfortunately things didn't work out. The Wheels and the boys would be congratulated on the year. What a great year it was for the Footscray Footy Club. Then, of course, on the Monday night after the preliminary final comes the Brownlow Medal Night, football's highest individual award. And Footscray's fared pretty well in those stakes over the few years. Have a look at this one. Locker number 4 here in the change rooms. Normie Ware, one of the great champions of the club. Number 5, Peter Box. And of course, Brad Hardy also wore number 5 the year he won the Brownlow in 1985. Brad didn't get his name on the locker though, only played 47 games for the club. Moving along, see some great names along here who also picked up Brownlow medals. Hopkins wearing number 8 for Footscray. And we move on to one of the great players, and certainly one of the best ruckmen ever to play in the VFL as it was in those days. The number 14 locker shared by 2 great ruckmen who both won Brownlow medals, Johnny Schultz and Barry Round. Then of course we come to locker number 15. And this year, that is certainly one of the best in the league.
I declare Scott Wine the winner of the 1992 Brownlow medal.
Congratulations to Scotty. I'm sure you'll never hear the end of it from your ruck coach, Gary Dempsey. In fact, it was a pretty good Brownlow medal for the club. We polled the most number of votes by any club in the league, which is a great effort, and congratulations to the boys on their efforts, everyone who polled votes, including Tony Liberatore and Nigel Kellett, who both picked up the umpire's eye, scoring 12 votes each. Also, Danny Delray had a great year in front of goals. He kicked well over 50 goals, so too did Chris Grant. So it was a pretty good year all up for the Bulldogs. And some of the boys who got their milestones this year, Stevie Wallace's 200th game, Super and Peter Foster both played their 150th, Tony Campbell 100, and Steve Cornook and Chris Grant racked up their 50 games each. There's a lot more milestones to come. We're here in the President's Room at the Footscray Footy Club. I've got to tell you, this has one of the best views of Melbourne you've ever seen. It's also a top spot to watch the footy from on match days every Saturday, or Sundays it is these days. But of course we wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for the great generosity of the people of Footscray and football supporters in general who rallied around us in '89. We thank them for that. Also thank Terry and the boys for a great year in 1992. We really are looking forward to this being a stepping stone to being in the grand final in 1993. It's been a great year. Enjoy your night tonight. Congratulations to the best and fairest winner. Join some pretty illustrious names here on that board as you walk up through the entrance to the club. So wear that medal, that Charlie Sutton medal, with pride. And we're no longer the poor relations of the AFL, and you can't keep the poor boys of Footscray down for too long.